Will you get a walk-in fill? Of course you will. What is going on? Welcome in. First of all, shout out to everybody here. Notification gang, you legends. Wicked Ball, start off with you over on Twitch there. Cody H, Saffron, Sunil, Brad Seeley, KC Killer, Timeless Pete, Brad Seeley, yo, 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 Piddle, what's up, what's up? Jimmy Wen, what's going on? Deckard Records, shout out, Glenn Wooda. Welcome in, Wicked Ball on both sites. Mama Phil, yo! Welcome in, everybody. Where are we at here? I got nothing for nothing. So, obviously we got the walker out today. Old man Phil, all right? Looking buff, come on now. I don't even go to the gym anymore. Ever since that devastating yawn I did the other day, I yawned and almost took myself out. Let's see. Yeah, this is all terror zone, so we'll take these guys out too. I'm undecided, but I might just kind of like solo farm today. Just super mega casual, you know. I'm always a disgusting casual, but you know how it is. Appreciate Dill, Glenn. Kind words. We'll take some of these guys out along the way. Really, I'm kind of trying to hit the terror zone, but these champs here could all drop what I'm looking for. He might, of course. Okay, where is... Probably want to have this up. Where's my Stony Tomb at? Doesn't exist. Gotcha. Okay, it's invincible. Picked up a Zod, Brad, the other day. Man, crazy. Nice. I only ever got one of those things, and I feel like I play a lot. And congrats on that drop. The gym has rest days from me. Nice. Classic. That's like a classic Chuck Norris joke, right? Where? Look. I hate when you teleport around for 9 years and you can't find Stony Tombs. Yeah, Stony Tombs is way more goated on offline, so you know exactly where it's at. One of those places. It's still good online, of course. Easy, 85. Like if I played like P1 here today, I would level up probably. We'll see. Maybe I'll go on and off. I think next was like the sewers, I believe, and the sewers isn't bad. Get the volume of that. There we go. Get the music up a little louder on my end. Hopefully it's not coming into the microphone or anything. Oh, that's the guy I wanted. There you are. I do need to make sure I pick up some jewels. Lost your mind, you said, when you found that Zod rune. I feel ya. That's the appropriate reaction, so. Fisher. Season 6 when? Season 6. Not sure what you're asking there, Fisher. D2R's on season 10 at the moment. So I'm not sure what you're talking about. Descendant of Turkish people? I don't believe so. Don't believe so. I just made an assumption. I'm Caucasian, and I never looked into it any further than that, so. pretty much where I'm at. Oh, good click. Sometimes you click at the wrong time when you take a step. Yeah, I don't really carry the keys, so. Ain't nobody got time for that. T-Mite, Astrians, Bangs, Metal Grits is Brad. You'll probably find all 4 of those before I find just Chero's Might, so congratulations. Never know. Maybe my luck will turn around here any second now. Maybe. Stinger instead of Zerker. Yeah, I'm a bigger fan of the Singer just because you don't have to switch around as often, I feel anyways. I hate like teleporting on one hand and then switching to the other hand to attack and then switching, item finding, switching, you know. Stinger, you don't have to do all that stuff. And also you don't have to aim, so big pluses in my book. Big pluses. No good. A lot of champs out here. We gotta stop taking. When TZ'd, that is. Jake Hubbard, yo, doing pretty good. Thanks for asking. Doing pretty good. Is 4 Jaws for a 40 Hoto reasonable? I'm not great at valuing things. Let's see. I would tell you this: I would never pay 4 Jaws, and this doesn't mean it's not a good value. It's not the going rate. That's not what I'm saying here. But just for my own personal, I would never pay 4 Jaws for a 40 Heart of the Oak, and I would definitely be like, oh my god, 4 Jaws, if I was trading away a 40 Heart of the Oak. So, but it's hard to say. Online, they always value perfect, so like trade value wise, so hard to say. Whatever, if you can get like a ton for a 40 Heart of the Oak, I would instantly trade away the 40 Heart of the Oak for, like, hypothetically, if you said 4 Jaws, and then trade 1 Jaw for like a 39 Heart of the Oak, because that's like the type of trade value differential that it would be between perfect and not, and then to use those other Jaws to get like a bunch of more gear. So, but yeah, just remember, I'm not an expert valuer. I'd have to look everything up on a trade site. So yeah, I'm not sure what you should ask if you're trying to trade it away. So you'll have to look it up on Tradery or on JSP or something, whatever you feel more comfortable using. Am I still slaying? Of course I am. Yeah. Oh. Brad said the AoE pretty small though. Gotcha. For the Singer you're talking about. Yeah, I don't really think too much about consoles. Not because I'm a console hater or anything, but I've never played it on console before, so it's just not the thing that comes to mind personally. Nothing wrong or bad about console. I just don't think about it because it's not anything that's in my world. Is, you get what I'm saying? Yeah, Pit Singer's been one of my faves for Holy Grail, and trying to find those uniques in the pits for like forever. Ever since I realized I used one and the other, and I was like, wait a second, you're telling me it's kind of like a Zerker with find item, but I don't have to aim? I can read chat while I'm going rah 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 rah. Like, this is awesome. That's exactly what the Pit Singer sounds like too. Is 200 MF good enough for most farming locations? Yeah, pretty much. I don't really necessarily look at a build and go like, ooh, no, this one only has like 190 magic find. Like, I have to change something out to get more magic find. Usually it's more like I put together the build to get the right FCR breakpoints and get the minus res in the right spots. And most builds I've played enough times, I know how to put them together already, I guess. I know where they're gonna fall, essentially. But a good example is like Energy Shield Novasork, one of my favorite builds, but it usually only gets like 200, and that's just where it is. You have to sacrifice too much to get more magic find on it. So, but if you have 200 or more, and you think you got the right survivability and kill speed and stuff, you'll be okay. Yeah. Unless the only times is if you're specifically using some super high magic find build, like a 700 MF Pit Zerker or something like that, or Sorry, I was just looking. I just heard a weird sound and I was like, is the belt on my treadmill getting off center or something? Yeah. Blue Frostman said you got a perfect Heart of the Oak for a jaw, so that was what he said he traded for. Thanks for the info, tip, advice, whichever way I want to word that. LeGarrison Barkley, welcome in. Good morning.
228 donated $4.99 through Super Chat.
Balthazar.
I can't start Act 2 Norm until I have double gold rat navel on bar.
Sorry, I think my speakers were a little too loud. So, thank you for the $5 super chat, Balthazar. He won't go to Act 2 normal until he has at least 300 magic find. Nice. Thank you for the $5 super chat once again. Yes, Slayer. Player speed greater than MF? Generally. Yeah, generally. Just those rare instances I was talking about where the kill speed isn't affected by stacking a bazillion MF. Darn, went the wrong way. Just realized I hadn't been using my cult arms at all. Don't think I used it all day yet. Martin said he looked it up. 40 Heart of the Oak, jaw 39 a low. So that helps anybody out. It's not, that was about right, I guess. Someone else said about a jaw too. So some D2R while relaxing on my lunch. Nice. D2R on lunch. Congrats on that. Teleport. Yeah, I don't even know. Probably wasn't teleporting. I haven't paid attention to my hit recovery frames or CR breakpoint either, to be honest. I think I was over 99, right? Where are we at here? Walk, run. Wait, am my brain dead? Where is it? FC, faster cast rate. Where are you? Why am I blind? Oh, there it is, 100. Yeah, perfect. Max MF you can get. I did a video about that a while back. If you consider stacking the magic find on your mercenary, which means you have to allow your mercenary to get every kill. I don't remember how much it was now. 1400 with the dual swords barb setup nowadays. I think. Don't quote me on that. George says, especially hardcore survivability king. Yeah, right. That sounds boring. Live dangerously, take chances. That's the way I play hardcore. Which is why I occasionally make it past Act 2 of normal difficulty. Occasionally. Go number 10. Kermit, yo, what's going on? Welcome in, welcome in. Curlask, yo, yo, yo. Ah, dang it, I rolled my mouse again. Alright, here's the run. Here is the run. Good with the naked hardcore druid? Yeah, well, part of the problem is 50% of the time I play hardcore is like Friday or Saturday and I'm like slamming beers. In the past anyways, that's what it's been. So the druid one was like, okay, I'm gonna play slow. Or I played through with the sorceress before and frozen orb, and then there were a few other times, but yeah, I don't know, just playing that slowly it's not fun to me. Like it is like the first or second or third or fourth or fifth or sixth or seventh or maybe even the 50th time you play through the game. But if you play through the game for the 7,352nd time, and you're playing it in a play style that has to be super incredibly slow, it doesn't, it's not that fun for me personally. Oh, nice, Corey. Appreciate you. Checked out the super mega budget Necro video.
Balthazar 228 donated $4.99.
This guy, thank you so much.
Watching Sweet Phil while making sourdough. In B41 Uber's blindfolded HC.
Making some sourdough. Nice. Legendary. Appreciate you. Thank you for the $5 super again, Balthazar. Slow. 1 to Uber's blindfolded hardcore. Yeah, hard pass on that one. Blindfolded, like it's one of those kind of games. There are some games, I know that's probably half the joke, but there are some games that you can do that they have blindfolded records for like certain levels and stuff like that. Funny. Oh, here we go. Fissure, 4 to Fissure. Yeah. 4 NATOs or 4 Fissure, probably. Yeah, it ain't there. It ain't there. Mountain Uber with Mosaic. Sounds about right. Good old Mosaic. Game would be tough to do blindfolded. Well, it would be like impossible to do blindfolded, because you would never know if you spawned in and you ran into a wall or not. It's not like certain levels in like Doom and stuff like that. You can speed run them blindfolded, and then you got to hope for some luck, like monster RNG where they're gonna step and stuff. But like Diablo 2, you couldn't with the procedurally generated maps or whatever, the randomly generated maps. You would never know which way was open and stuff, you know what I mean? Maybe you could say, like, if you started from the River of Flames waypoint, you could possibly learn to do, like, the Chaos Sanctuary only blindfolded, because the map's set up the same every time. But even then, sometimes the seals are in different spots a little bit. So you'd have to just, like, guess which one you got and then hope for the best. 3 legendary. Geld, what's going on? Welcome in. People underestimate Summon Necro. Maybe a little bit. The thing with Summon Necro, it's one of my faves for like the lower level gear. I do like the Poison Necro better once you get the like good gear. But yeah, budget gear wise, you just keeping your mercenary alive and keeping your character alive with all them summons around you. And if you just get an okay insight and he's just like boop boop, monster drops, pop, just gone. Peloton class. I said, oh, I see. Now I get the joke. Now this is just me trying not to get blood clots and just keel over dead because of a stroke right in my chair here while I'm playing Diablo 2 Resurrected. Trying to stay alive. Ooh, Rush, I didn't notice you said you got a 2020 Assassin Torch. Nice. Nice. Mouse input flips. Boy. Can't even change one of my hotkeys and still play the game, so nope. I gotta have teleport on F2 all the time or I'll lose my mind. Either F2 or the right mouse click has to be teleport, or I can't even teleport properly. Boy, must be low on the hit recovery. I keep trying to teleport and I just get stuck in place. or I'm just getting hit by so many. What are those things called? Slingers? Yeah, slingers. Look at that. Endurance of Hate would be rough. Well, I mean, any of the maps that aren't static would be impossible to do blindfolded. Just quite literally impossible. That was all just kind of a jokey joke on my part there, but Cameron's gonna be smashing Ubers tonight. Nice. Best of luck. 2020 or Charcy, by the way. Okay, 186 Guardian Angel on our way out. It's all right. It's only used in certain instances, so not like worth a bazillion, but it's a cool one. Oh, what am I doing? Sorry, I hit the. Gosh, I feel like me walking today is way more like bouncy. I don't know why. Probably because I did legs like last Friday or something, and they're still sore. Probably what it is. I mean, it's probably exactly what it is. Jesse, let's get after it. Ooh, yeah. D2 Necro, best summon class out of any game. Kind of, but I don't know. I know some people don't really like it because really all the necromancers in D2 are really just different variations of the corpse explosion necromancer. Because most of the way that summon necros played is by the summons just being, you know, skeleton shields essentially, and then you blow everything up from a distance. Kinda. Not always, but kinda. Yeah, Trav Merc, that's kind of the one that ooh, hold up. The mainly only time that I've used it as well. I mean, as for officially sanctioned builds, that's probably about the only one, but oh man. Let's see how long it takes for this cold to take him out. Oh, not too long at all. Kind of treadmill using. I actually got a link in the description nowadays to the literal exact one I got. It's by a company called Deer Run, but it's like all one word, Deer Run. Oh, got the skull times out. Good job, Phil. Wife bought it for me for Christmas. So she's like, you're looking awfully fat, Phil, so you're gonna want to use this all the time. And I was like, yes, ma'am. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, what it was that I was gonna get one, but I'm incredibly cheap. No, I take that back. I'm very fiscally conscious, fiscally conservative, and so I kept like saying I was gonna get one, and then she bought one for Christmas. Listen here, Phil, you fat sack of... No, I'm joking. Galback, why would you say this about me? Calm down. Yo, welcome in. Never laugh at your jokes. Well, it's I mean, I chuckled a little bit on the inside, but I didn't get it at first. That's part of the problem. Mac Maker, yo, coming to the Twitch Prime sub. Ooh, appreciate ya. Nothing I love more than when someone doesn't even have to come to me, but anytime someone uses a Twitch sub for any reason ever, don't let Jeff Bezos keep that money. Don't let him. It's free for you guys to use these Twitch Prime subs, and you don't let that guy keep them. I'm telling you. Appreciate you, Mac. George. Yellback's a legend. Nice. Yeah, telling Phil up. Never skip leg day. I don't know. I don't know. Never mind. I'm not gonna get into it, but yeah. Between the different injuries and being sick and stuff, I've had to take some days off here and there, weeks actually, but yeah. Anyways. So you still on a treadmill? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely I am. Oh yeah. Yep, yep, yep. Overlord Bezos does not need it. True story. Oh, I need to go. Oh man. Addicted to grinding. Well, considering I'm down here in my basement on the computer full time, I definitely wanted one, you know, just to be moving. Not that I think I'm burning like 1,200 calories a day on the treadmill here or anything, but you know, a little bit here, a little bit there. You add it up in end of the year, and it's like, you know, end of the year I burned like 15,000 calories walking on the treadmill while I'm streaming all the time, something like that. It's like I didn't eat for a whole week. That amount of calories, I'm saying. So keep the blood flowing, keep the joints moving. Oh, what's up? Corey, yeah, no, you can take out declone with the revives, yeah. I know about that with the summon necro. I know about it. But I'm just saying, like, in general, like if you're not using corpse storage on a necromancer, out clearing like holes and stuff, like that's gonna be 1/60th of the speed it normally is. This guy, holy moly!
I still want mine the skills gear that have iron golem charges, enemies rest in peace, cold damage, and bone prison charges for my troll bar. Bone prison allies.
It's like half that stuff works against each other. Troll barb. This guy. That's funny, man. Thank you for the another super chat too. That's crazy, man. Balthazar now coming in with another super chat of 10. Dude, appreciate you. Thank you for the generosity. You legend. You legend. Phil gonna be a fitness streamer? No. Definitely not. Definitely not. D2 only. Occasionally other games. Very occasionally. Speaking of occasionally, so I was playing Final Fantasy 9 again yesterday, right? I think I'm addicted to that game again. Final Fantasy 9, everybody. PS1, let's go! I played it till like 11:30 last night, and then I got up, and then I woke up at like 6 o'clock this morning and started playing it again. And 9 is good. Not even my favorite one of the bunch, though, to be honest. I would say probably the thing that I like how Final Fantasy 9 did the chocobo stuff. Like if I'm just like breaking pieces off of like each game of what I thought was the best way of, I liked how 9 has the stuff for chocobos. 8 like doesn't have it at all. 7, I'm not a huge fan of how it is, but it's okay. I like the like summon system. I liked how you could like, I don't like in 9 how they have the, what is it, Eidolons or whatever in Final Fantasy 9. I hate when only certain people can cast certain spells. Now I wish it was like anybody could cast any spell or any type of, you know, summon or whatever, but it's like in, I feel like 8, maybe it's 8 or 7, it's like blatantly obvious who's going to be the best to use which things, right? Or maybe not even blatantly obvious, but like certain people are just better at casting the cure spells and stuff, and some people are better at the physical attacks. But in 9, it's like, no, this person's doing the physical attacks, this person's doing the curing and casting the summons, you know, so yeah. I would rather have it where you can, even if it's the illusion of choice, where like, yeah, you can choose, but you'd be an idiot if you made this person casting the heal spells, because they do twice the physical damage everybody else does, you know what I mean? But I don't know, between 7 and 8, I kind of like both of their magic systems, I guess, in one way or another. I like how you would draw magic from Final Fantasy 8, But I'm not sure. I didn't like how the summons became like better with certain characters the more you used them, because then they end up like you can't use them on other characters, because if you do, you're sacrificing like 50% of your damage, or like 90% of your damage, depends how far in the game is, right? So yeah, there's a little Final Fantasy rant right there. But 6, 7, 8, 9, all great. I don't think I ever played 6. I was first got into 7, like a lot of people probably did. And then I played 7, 8, 9, liked them all, and then 10 I thought was just terrible, absolutely terrible in my opinion. And then 11 was only online, so forget that. I'm not playing a monthly fee online game like that. And then 12 I bought and played, and it was okay, but it was like super easy from what I remember. Like I just easily walked through the game and beat the whole thing like instantly with no effort. But I played, I think Tactics. I think I have Final Fantasy Tactics, but I just played it a little tiny bit, and I don't remember why I didn't play it more, or I stopped. Where is this place at? Bro. Of course it is. It was in the last place I looked. So Neil, never a Final Fantasy guy. It's all good. All good. Yeah, Geese saying 9 was a really good one. Yeah, I definitely thought so too. What didn't I like about 10? There's no gameplay in 10. Like, you might as well pop the disc in and you just like are, you're just watching a 40-hour movie pretty much. The first time I played it, I sat down and I had just like a few hours where I could play it at a friend's house. And I don't remember why. Well, I kind of do remember why, but I don't want to say it. But it was probably like 3 hours of me sitting there and I didn't get any gameplay. It was all, the first 3 hours of the game was only cutscenes. And eventually, like 10 years later, I went back and tried it again, I think this is what I'm remembering, right? And then I played it for like maybe 12 or 14 hours, and there was almost no gameplay. It was, the whole entire game is just cutscene. So yeah, there's no actual gameplay. So best detour drop ever. Yeah, Andrew, I don't know, it's impossible to say exactly. I mean, like, would it be like one of the 4015s that I have found, or would it be like the day when I found 3 high runes in the same game, or would it be when I found Mangsong's lessons on back-to-back runs in the pits, or would it be when I found 3 Tal's armors across the span of 4 pit runs, I think it was? Like, it's impossible to say. Impossible. Impossible. SimCity 3000. Oh man, there you go. I was more of a SimCity 2000 kind of guy. Or wait, maybe it was 3000. Where you could start changing the graphics of the buildings. I don't remember. One of those ones, but yeah, Roller Coaster Tycoon. Roller Coaster Tycoon. That was one of the games that somebody at school had a CD burner at home. They brought the game in, they installed it on one of the computers, and everyone's like, oh, can you burn that for us? And they come in with a stack of discs, and they're like, well, here's all the Roller Coaster Tycoons. Here you go, here you go, here you go. Randy Degenerate, welcome in. Yo, yo, yo. Broken stuff you can do in 7, JP says. Yeah, I know 7's one of those games I've never looked into, like looked up how to do anything broken stuff like that. So I do remember the Wisp summon or W summon or whatever. But I don't know exactly what thing you're talking about, because I never looked up in 7 about that. Final Fantasy 7 is okay. I must have missed who said that, Marty. I must have missed who said that one. Ages of Empire. That's one that I hear people talk about, but I've never played it. Like, I feel like I seen someone playing it one time, and I was like, nope, this don't look like something I'd like. If it's I don't like strategy games personally, and I think that's what kind of game it is. Could be wrong, but oh, Fire Die, yo, coming in. We got a new Slayer, fellas. Welcome in. Thank you for supporting the channel with a Slayer ship. Appreciate you, Fire. Real, what's going on? Welcome in. Real Zedded up. Welcome in, welcome in. Infinity loop of summoning. Yeah, I kind of figured as much the way you made it sound, but yeah. 7, I don't think I've ever even looked anything up online for it ever in my life, to be honest. I missed the first comic book. Quack says where I learned where dysentery was. So I mean, you must be talking about Oregon Trail. Must be. Oop. I'm immune to cold stone skin. You scrub. Come on. God. This guy. Always pretending like it's my birthday. 8 greater than 7, JM says. I used to say that. And it's not that I don't say that now, but I don't know. I haven't played 8 in a while now. After I finish 9 here, I think I might replay 8. Like, kind of enjoying playing some other game like off stream, you know what I mean? Just relax. I can just play some Final Fantasy, pause it, look something up if I wanted to on my phone, go grab something to drink, pause it, go make dinner, come back down after dinner, play a little bit more. Any second that I think like, hey, maybe I just want to play it a little bit, I can just turn it on. I don't have to set anything up. Nice, relaxing, you know. How's this slaying going, Randy? Going pretty good. Nothing insanely godly as of yet, but leveling a werewolf druid. Real says, gotcha. Yeah, I've never done like, I don't think I've ever done a full like werewolf playthrough. I don't know when I was doing this, but one time I had started, I think I may have started a werewolf on a season start, and I respec like very quickly. I think I have this memory in my head of doing it, but now I can't. I don't remember for sure. It's been a while. Back at it. All right, peace out, Duck. Yo, yo. Have a good day. Where are we going here? Oh, yeah. Okay. So super quick, my apologies, I gotta run to the little boys room real quick, so do forgive me. I'm gonna be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, I'm back. Forgive me. Hit the little boys' room. Hit the bathroom there. Song sounds familiar, like Trivium. Yeah, they're all just Creative Commons background stuff, so. How about this other flavor of Aldi energy drink? Not sure what I think about that. It's very fruity. It'll be alright though. It's got caffeine in it, so how bad could it be? I'm alright. Rising Sun Amulet for the first time. Congrats. Congrats on that one. Four-year needs to be a printer, obviously. No, I forget. I don't know. Do I have a 4-year one? I don't remember. The problem is, I don't know. I should make it the printer. D-Stacks has a feud with my printer, so I don't know if I can do that. Only 42 likes. Wow. YouTube really letting me down over there, huh, fellas? YouTube, you're really letting me down. Only 42 likes. My favorite band ever of all time. Oh, speaking of, after I respond to this, I got to tell you guys a story about this concert that's coming to a venue near me. But for some of my favorite ones, Silverstein, Atreyu, Bullet for My Valentine, stuff like that. For older stuff, we go slightly newer. Been listened to a lot of Motionless in White the last few years. So I'll listen to a ton of new stuff. So I guess that's a little list there of stuff. But so this concert, I pull up my phone and I see this alert for a concert coming, right? It's oh man, maybe I might have to pull it up again. I think it was Cannibal Corpse, Dying Fetus, is it Carcass, and oh, what was the other band? I don't remember what the other band was, but another band with like ridiculous name, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know about ridiculous, but you know, like ridiculously obviously like super heavy name, you know what I mean? I read the list off of the bands to my wife and she's like, for the love of God. Cradle of Filth. No, it wasn't them, but it was a band I'd never heard of before. The other band. I was just like, that sounds like a hardcore heavy metal lineup right there. Egg Destroyer. Yeah. No, I don't remember what it was at all. The other one I don't remember wasn't as it wasn't as a legendary of a name. It was like I don't even know. But yeah. Wook says he's been playing for a month, hasn't seen one S tier rare, huh? Rare rune. Pretty unlucky, I guess. I mean, besides the burr, I don't think I've found another high rune, to be honest, so luck is luck, right? Luck is luck. Yeah, Xantus. I did look at it and think the same thing. How all those bands use that same font that it almost looks like it's like imagine if you dug up like a root ball of like a bunch of bushes that all grew together, and then you like blasted all the dirt out with a hose, and you just had these roots everywhere like this. That's what the font all looks like. It is kind of funny that they all use the same font like that. Yeah, and really, if you've seen just the logo with the words of their band name in the font, you can't read it at all. It just can't even be, it can't even be read. Let's see, what'd you say? TV show? It crowd? No, I'm not, Wolf God, I'm not sure what you're referencing there. If I don't have raids turned on. So I think I have it set to a minimum of like 10 or some 10 people or something. If it's less than 10, then it doesn't go through. Yumums. It might even be 20 or something. I'm not sure what I set it to something like 7 years ago, and I haven't looked at it since. So generic goth font. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. Whatever that, I don't really even know what to describe the font as being called. It's that death metal band font. This plus this. Death metal band font. Images. Like, you guys know what I'm talking about. Oop. This stuff. Like, what band name is this? Gotham death metal, I guess. Like, this font. See? Like, can't read any of those. They're all the same though. Last of Us. Oh, I guess not. No. That's based on that video game you're talking about, right? I have not. Whatever streaming service that was on was one I don't get. And there's no way I'm gonna sign up for 30 different streaming services to watch all these different shows nowadays. Really, streaming services have become everything we wish they weren't. It's just all these streaming services are just cable TV now, but even worse. It's kind of ridiculous, to be honest. Savior Kid, welcome in. Streaming is now cable, yeah, selling. That's what everybody before, they were like, man, I wish we could just pay for only the channels we wanted. And now that's pretty much what we have. Except that now there's like 10 or 15 channels that people want, but they're all like $15 a month. So if you got all the streaming services to get all the shows we used to get for like $100 a month, now it would cost you like $300 a month. Like, thank you for charging me 3 times more for the same thing we used to get. Even though, I mean, I guess we do have, at least you can watch them on demand, so there is a little bit of a benefit. So, do I do in-game giveaways? I usually do, yeah. I mean, it's not guaranteed every day I'm going to do a giveaway or that you're going to get anything, but I do giveaways sometimes. All depends. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I usually don't. Sometimes people try to give me stuff for giveaways, but it's actually kind of strange. It's going to sound strange, but the viewership when I do giveaways actually drops. So, and then I end up having all these problems when I do giveaways. Like, people don't come get the items, or they say they want them and then they never show up and stuff, and it takes forever. So I don't always do them all the time. Adds up. to having cable. Yeah, pretty much, Marty. Exactly. Pretty much what I was getting at with them streaming service stuff. Pretty much. The thing too is that it's I don't know about a way that it's like quote unquote worse. Like imagine if you wanted to cancel because you're like, I don't even watch TV anymore. I want to cancel my streaming stuff. You have to cancel like 15 different services now. Instead of just canceling your television, you have to cancel Netflix, go in and cancel Hulu, Disney Plus, go in and cancel Peacock, go in and it's like, oh geez. You're gonna forget one of them you haven't watched in a while or something. All of a sudden you have one of these services you haven't watched in like 3 months, but you paid for it the whole time. That's how they get you, right? There it is. There's my guy. Multi-shot cursed. Rocket Money sponsorship. Oh, I forgot about it. Keep all your subscriptions in one spot. Sign up with Rocket Money right now. No, it is not. But Rocket Money, if you're watching. See, Rocket Money, you already know I can do it. I just accidentally promoted your entire dick. Overdoing it on the full rejuves here. Every once in a while I'll fly through a bunch and then yeah, looks like I'm overdoing it a little bit. Guess I'll start not keeping some. Lum, do I need a lum? We'll throw it over here in case I need one here in a little bit. I don't want to keep every rune or anything, but would be a legendary sponsorship. True story. Yeah, Marty, me and you are on the same page there. I feel like we were saying the same thing, like you typed out the same thing I was thinking when I was saying it there about forgetting the sponsorships then too and stuff, or forgetting the subscriptions, I mean. Exactly, that's how they get you. How they get you. Real says it'd be awesome if they had a new D2R expansion. I mean, I suppose, but that's never happening. Sullen says like those Nintendo subscriptions, $5 a month, you forget about them. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, Degenerate coming in with a gift and membership. Thank you so much. You. Appreciate you. And we'll go over here. Stop picking those up. Just said I had too many of them. Bottle of Orange Crush. Said I wish my stash was organized. Well, there's only one way for that to happen. You gotta take the initiative, make it happen. Most exciting drop over the years. Probably the first Griffins I found, I guess, maybe. The first griffins I found back in D2 days? Maybe. Hard to say. Or maybe a lemrune. Every lemrune I ever find. It's a joke. Ooh, maybe that. Found a rare Ogre Maul with like 400 ED on it. Amazing Ogre stuff is always cool. Lamroons. Yeah, it's gonna be when Tyrael Might falls, right? True story. I got a whole choreographed dance planned out for when Tyrael Might drops. The camera's gonna like zoom out, and I'm gonna like throw on a outfit, and I'm just gonna be like busting out. I got this whole choreographed dance. You guys are gonna blow your minds. Whole dance team comes in, you know, trombones, you know. That'd be legendary if I really had that. Every day at the end of stream, I'm like, all right, guys, peace out. Have a great day. Keep slaying. Boom. Stream ending soon. I'm like, all right, guys, you're good to go home. We didn't find it today. They're like, all right, Phil. See you on Wednesday. Oh, top tier item right there. I love the Oxy. Not no Aki. The Oxy. Ooh, yeah. Now, not great for this character, but I love it. I love it. I use this all the time on the sorceress. All the time. Ak. See, the OC of is Ak, and then the CY makes the E sound. So it's just science. Anything I would change or add to D2R? The only things I would change / add at this point, quality of life stuff, like loot filters and things along those lines. I might even be on board, and I'm not saying that, and by the way, none of this is going to happen. I don't think any of this would ever happen, but loot filters, I would be fine with even more stash tabs, to be honest. I've kind of thought of how cool it kind of would be to have like gear loadouts almost. So you could just like walk over and be like, let's say you're a Fist of Heavens Paladin and you want to go to Ubers, you could just click on your stash and go, and you just have a tab that you named yourself, like Smite gear, boom. Or like Uber gear, you know, and you could swap, and then you could just do like farming gear, boom. MF gear, boom. You know what I mean? And there's some other little things too, like I would kind of like online for the like being able to respec different would work differently. But yeah, I don't remember. Ooh, Ogre, let's go. Yeah, the loadout thing, I guess that's something they do, and isn't that like a D3 thing, actually, I think? But from what I remember here, and I don't remember that much of a D3 player personally, but someone else had said that in stream and something, and I was like, yeah, I'm kind of against it, but then, I don't know, the more I think about it, I'm just like, less against it, I guess, so. Currency tab, yeah, you know, currency tab, you know. Currency tab, more shared stash tabs, anything. I'm not like married to any one idea as for that thing, but currency tab would be cool, I guess. Yeah. Do something with standard of heroes. Yeah, I mean, I'd be on board with that. Dude, I'm trying to think. I made a video like 2 years ago about a good idea for standard heroes, and now I can't even remember what that idea was. It's one of the problems I'm running into. I've made so many videos, I don't even remember what videos I've made now. Because I'm like over 1,500 YouTube videos of D2 videos. 1,500. It's hard to remember what all I'd done. Oh, Tacos? What's going on, Tacos? Welcome in. Long time no see. Materials drop chance increased. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I like the fact that there's super crazy, insane, rare items that where if you see it, if it drops, if you see it, you're like that's insanity, right? I think it's good. So, been walking for an hour. I feel like walking just feels like a lot of work right now. I mean, actually, you know what? Sony Tomb's right here. I think I'm just gonna do it. Since I accidentally found it. Wait a second. This isn't even a terror. What? This is like my third Geeds, like in the last, not that long. Probably out of the last 3 times I played, this is my third Geeds. That's kind of crazy luck. I think it's the 4th one I found this season now already. Kind of crazy. I'll go throw out my stash. I feel like people always need Geeds. I don't usually find them that often online like this, so. Oop. Crazy. Crazy. Give you one to teleport? Nah, nothing like that. In my opinion. Standard of heroes should be... Let's see, I think maybe when I did the video, I think maybe my idea was a few standard of heroes would like add a socket to an item or something, so you wouldn't have to worry about socket quests or something. I don't remember what I because I wouldn't want, there's so many people farm up so many torches. You wouldn't want standard of heroes to be anything crazy, because there would be 70 trillion of them, you know. So let me go back and watch my video so I can remember what good idea I had. Donkey Daily up here a minute ago, sorry, trying to catch back up on some of the comments here on YouTube, says, yeah, the loadouts thing was from D3. The loadouts thing I was mentioning earlier. Gotcha. That's so. See, D3 great. Told you guys. D3 great. Daniel reworking uniques. Hard pass on that. Hard pass. Because then you got to trust the people reworking them. Like, you want a 50% nerf to Shaco? Because everybody uses Shaco, so you can see that incoming. 50% nerf to Shaco? Not sure about that. Because anytime you have, go change uniques, then all the uniques are in the purview, and you never know what could happen. Marty says whatever I said 2 years ago is probably put into a mod at this point. Maybe. Maybe. No. All right, throw that in the giveaway page. Right there, looks good. Don't need that. All right, here we go. Guaranteed 45 life skiller. Not curses. Come on. Oh. 2 bird, 2 griffins. Still didn't find a Geeds this season. 2 griffins and 2 birds. That's some weird stuff right there. I'll tell you what. most of the time when people, not in your instance there, I can tell, but most of the time people will be like, oh man, I haven't found any good uniques all season. And then I'll ask them what and they're like, I've been running cows nonstop. You know, that's usually how the situation goes. Or they'll be like, man, I haven't found any high runes all season. And they're like, what have you been doing? Like, I've been moat tricking Mephisto. It's like, well, yeah, he can drop them, but like, that's not the goat. That's not usually how you're going to find it, you know? Don't do it. Okay, good. I hate when they're ethereal and I'm just afraid to even bother identifying them. Like they're gonna roll sick. And then I'll have to Zod it, right? Wait, you're telling me I can't Zod gloves? Get out of here. Since when? Get a quest for the standard of heroes like Jade Figure or something. I feel like that's maybe not the worst idea ever. I'm not sure how you would do it with it being like an optionally farmed up thing that people can get multiple of like that, but you could easily take one of like the super unique monsters and like ever so slightly change the super unique or something, some of the code to make it as like a quest or something for it, huh? But
thanks for tips and content.
oh, Baby Cat's coming in with a $10 tip through Streamlabs. What an absolute Chad legend. Ooh, what a giga Chad. Thank you so much, Baby Cats. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Appreciate you, very kind of you. Quality of life being able to put runes in gloves and gloves and belts like the Zod. I feel, yeah, I know they do that in mods, don't they, where you can socket gloves and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Realistically, I mean, I kind of said that as a joke. I wouldn't really want them to add stuff like that for D2. I'm a big fan of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. There's a reason that if you look on Twitch right now, there's more people watching D2R content than there is Diablo 4. You know what I mean? Changing the skin of a unique, says Fire Die. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that kind of sound cool. I do generally for anything that changes. Yeah, skins. That's one thing I like about D2 though. I like that when you see somebody in the game, like you see someone running around, you're like, and you can look at them and you know exactly what gear they have, you know? I mean, it sounds kind of cheesy, but I kind of did like how you could like change how your character looks in D4. But I kind of like in D2 how when you see somebody, you know, you're like, oh yeah, I can see them right there. They got a Shaco, they got a, you know, that's obviously a Heart of the Oak. Oh, they've switched over to the Call to Arms. There they go, battle ordering up. And then maybe every once in a while you're like, hey, what's that helm? That helm doesn't look normal. And then you look at it and it's some super obscure rare helm. And it's like, oh, that's pretty cool, you know, like. Kind of a little thing though, I guess. It's not that important, but Diablo 4 has content. Yeah, like people streaming D4 on Twitch. Yeah. I don't know why everyone makes fun of how I guess it's just because everybody wears it around, but like green trash bag on head. I mean, every game's got stuff like leather caps and stuff like that. Speaking of, I was just playing Final Fantasy VII, and you're wearing like, here's a bandana that adds 30 to defense on your character. A bandana gives you more defense? Really? You're telling me I took off this iron helm? I have a literally full covered iron helm, the piece that comes down over the nose. You take that off and put on a bandana, and I get more defense. I mean, every game's got that kind of stuff, though. Microtransactions? For sure, Zach. So you know what's up. Oh, so George up here a minute ago saying put the standard of heroes with a type of gem to dye your gear. Different colors. That's a thing, I guess. Dylan said didn't even buy D4. Yeah, I mean, if some people waited to see if D4 was going to be good and then heard mixed reviews, or they thought they wouldn't like it, you didn't get it. I get you. I get you. I don't think D4 is the worst game in the world, but it's no D2, that's for sure. Starting to grow on me, this energy drink. Doesn't really taste like an energy drink. See, we're right here. Geese saying stackable items, all mid and lower level stuff. Save space. Yeah, the only thing that is with stackable items too, it would make it so that like high runes would be worth less, you know what I mean? Because if you think about it, sure, it takes 20 trillion, 15 million L runes to cube up to a Zod, but like how many Thulls and Fal runes and Lum runes do you find, or like, you know, if you picked up and saved every single, you know, Ort you ever found, or every single tail rune you ever found, you know? So getting up to like the Vex to make Heart of the Oak, like Heart of the Oak would be worth even less. Call to Arms would be worth less because people could cubing, maybe they found an Is that they cubed together with 47 Ort runes and 57 Am runes and, you know, 97 Shale runes that they found. They cube that all together to get their own, you know what I mean? Because you have all these stacked items. The limited space and having the, of course you could pick up and save every chip gem at that point too, so you would never have a problem having any chip gems to cube all this stuff up. That's kind of the limiting factor, is the stash space that causes you not to cube up every rune you ever found, right? Which kind of keeps a cap on the value of, I mean, bots bought this stuff up anyways, so it does drop eventually anyways, but that's kind of my view on it anyways. A white monster? It is, I'm drinking Gridlock Ultra White Energy Drink by Summit, which is Aldi brand. Aldi. Iowa Spartan, welcome in. Yo, yo, yo. Breaking full Jaws cap, full inventory Jaws cap. Dank, maybe I misunderstand what you're saying there. I don't get that comment. My apologies. Not ignoring it. I don't understand what that means actually. So, Jacker said never thought of it like that, about stacking gems and runes and stuff. Well, that's why every conversation always needs different minds and different perspectives, right? Sometimes anti-change guy makes some good points. Anti-change guy. At least if you had stack, being able to stack everything like that, you'd see all these videos coming out like running normal Countess until Zod rune and stuff like that. Because you could just easily cube up the runes. Wonder how many normal Countess runs it would take to get enough runes anyways to cube up to a Zod. if you saved every single nep and every tier and every probably a minute or two. I mean, they were running hell countess, right? Not normal difficult, not normal countess. Anyone, I've seen a few different people have done that before. Kind of not a novel thing anymore, but future tornadoes. Future tornadoes. Decker said I'd be that guy cubing up from L to get Enigma. Yeah, I don't know about going that far, but yeah, you'd be the guy just running the Countess and cubing all that stuff up to get Enigma, because it's like it'd be more guaranteed that way. The Countess is not guaranteed, but guaranteed enough. You could almost come down to like almost a definitive range on the. Am I missing with my tornadoes here? Not a literally exact definitive range, but you could have like a 95% certainty you'd fall within a certain like this many hours, like whether it's like 50 to 60 hours or whether it's like 80 to 100 hours, you're guaranteed with 95% certainty to get enough to get Enigma. You know what I mean? I feel like that anyway, like it would be that way. Is this an 85 area? It's terrorized right now, so it is right now. Well, it's a 93 area, but yeah, it's actually better. It's actually better than an 85 area right now. Where'd we go? I went right past where he was at. You would be cursed. Saved every rune for years. That's how I cubed up to one of my Zods. That says raced. Man, see, the main thing for me is I would never want to save all the flawed gems and chip gems and stuff again. I never want to do that again. I didn't even cube up that much either. Fred, man, yo, what is up? Welcome in, Fred. Yeah, the L rune to Zod. Yeah, I would never really, like, you couldn't really do L rune to Zod because you don't really find enough L runes, right? But I could see people if they had a rune stacking page and a gem stacking page, you know, currency page essentially, you could cube up everything, all the tiers and the am runes and the thulls and the, co runes and everything. Cube all of that stuff together as you found it, the same way I did with my mid runes anyways, but do it with everything even lower than that. But yeah, let's see, high rune inventory cap, you're talking about dank up, or pricing rare things with rune stacking that goes away. Kind of, it depends, because you'd think it would be like 40, but I've seen, I've known stuff to trade for. You kind of got to do like a handshake deal, kind of sort of, but for like 80 jaws and stuff like that, 120 jaws. You got to trust the person you're trading with, and you give them half, and then they give you the item, and then they give you the other half. So, but if you're trading stuff that valuable, usually it's people just using JSP anyways. And I never know what to believe on Tradery, to be perfectly honest. Sometimes I believe Tradery, like Tradery does, you got the fair deals, but then for the expensive stuff, it just seems a little sketch when you see stuff like, oh, someone traded 80 jaw for that, huh? Okay, I bet. But I'm just not sure on the reason why that would be not true, but it just seems weird. Marty, which one did you say you did even without stacking now? Is that saving every single lower rune and cubing them all up, or I talked about so many different, I babbled for so long there, I don't remember which one you were talking about. Also, yeah, okay. Also, I do want to mention, make sure you guys hit the like button for me there on YouTube. Oh, actually, it's a proven fact, allegedly, that if you hit the like button on YouTube, you get an extra 40% high rune finding chance. Little known fact, by the way, allegedly. You can't prove that it's not real, so that means it's true. You had 7 mules for all the runes that you cubed up to get to Azad. Nice. Nice. Like the soul trick, yes, but for high rune drop chance if you hit the like button. True story, by the way. Gotcha, Marty. Yeah, I got a mule just like that. 5 of every rune on single player. 5 of every rune. What do you feel is the best character for starting ladder and why? Well, strictly opinion, of course. My favorite is the Energy Shield Nova Sorceress. Because man, you can be like level next to nothing and go farm the Countess right off the bat, and it's a very solid and like a very solid and kind of consistently even gear progression for it. And if kind of what I mean is, like, you go around the Countess, you can get your rune to make, you're gonna have a spirit sword and some other thing, some other shield like a splendor or something, or like a Shaleth, I forget the name now, I'm dumb. But and then you can find your monarch along the way and make your spirit, so you have your crescent moon spirit. And then you could always make some other rune words. You find your lem for your treachery, for your mercenary. You can make your cure helm. It's just like it's a smooth progression. You find keys that you can then trade for other stuff, whether you trade some of the keys to try to get yourself a Viper Magi. And you can always farm other areas too. Eldritch Shank, Pindle, some other stuff. So I just like the progression or whatever. So Rhyme, yeah, Shaleth, Rhyme, yeah. I knew the runes, but I couldn't remember the name for some reason. Just kind of slipping out of my brain. Oh, Fire Die said he can prove about the extra rune drop chance because he was on the other day. Like the YouTube, several high runes that day. See, proven fact. Proven fact. Deckard says multitasking too much, yeah. Walking, talking, playing, trying to see items that drop. True story. Thinking's the hardest thing. Stiff Pro Diaz saying, like the stream, let's see what drops now. Boy, it's gonna be, your mind's about to be blown at the good stuff you're about to find. Anyone look at what the next Terror Zone was? I didn't. I could look it up real quick, but I figured someone out there probably knows, right? Made 2 roast beef 3-ways? What's a roast beef 3-way? I'm not sure if that sounds like something I want any part of. Or is there supposed to be a comma in there? Not really sure. You had 2 roast beef 3-ways? I'm not sure. Tombs should be next. Burial Grounds. I am online, by the way. I know I'm playing by my single and solo in a game here, but I am online.
Impossible.
So it's probably Burial Grounds, huh? Yeah, I've never heard of this roast beef three-way. I feel like it needs a new name. Burial Grounds, huh? Legendary. We'll check anything over here. Not really. Okay. Oopsie. Sorry, I just hit the mic. Yeah, Marty, I kind of agree. But anyways, recommend killing all mobs in terror zones or Fisk the Champ unique? I'm assuming you're saying just the champ uniques. See, I don't know. Usually kill most of them. I mean, I wouldn't go out of my way to like, oh, look, this one carver's running off. I better go track him down. You know, like, but you know, I'm a 95% monster kind of clearing guy. So for terror zones, I would say clear everything. Essentially, especially since they're all like super high level, so you can get, you know, you get more experience from all this stuff too. So. But mostly all, I should say. Cuckoo, I don't know what that means. That looks like French or something. I'm not sure. Leave the stragglers. There's a good one. Good answer, I guess. What time we got here? 52. All right, we'll hop down one more time. Actually, you know what I am gonna do is stop this. I'm about done walking for today. You'll see me moving around here a little bit. I'm just going to move my treadmill out of the way, put the desk down, get my chair over. Just give me about 1 minute. Let's go down. Kaboom. Look at that. We're ready to rock, I think. Haven't heard the GG track today. It's got to be on the way. On the way. It's one of the couple of playlists that I listen to. And most of the playlists have some of the same songs on them too, so. Blood Raven Zombies dropped you an ohm. Legendary. Gotcha, Cuckoo. Gotcha. Missed. There we go. Okay. 4 to max stamina. There's a good one. Great poleaxe, thresher, giant thresher, class full as man catcher. Which one do you put infinity in? Well, I think the two options that most people settle on there. Sorry, Differ Diaz, I didn't see your comment fast sooner there. I don't know if anyone else kind of shot out any opinions, but I think thresher and man catcher are kind of the ones that people say are the best. You know, obviously a lot of different people have opinions, but technically, if you calculate in like the attack speed and then a lot of damage coming from crushing blow, I think the man catcher is technically the best, but I would say if you use a Thresher or an Ethereal Mancatcher or really any of those bases, you will never notice a difference. I kind of tell this to anybody that kind of asks me that question. If you take, unless you're doing something that I can't even think about, like, well, actually, Phil, if you're doing mid-level mercenary-only PvP dueling, yeah, technically, actually, you need to, but in real life here, if I hopped onto your account and took off your Ethereal Thresher Infinity and threw on an Ethereal Cryptic Axe, you would never know the difference unless you like looked and was like, wait a second, it's not the same. How long ago did somebody change this? So, DP Kanev, yo! Thank you for the 4 months of Slayership. Oh, appreciate you. What a Slayer. Grr. Just stopped by to say hi. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Quite a casual gamer, just like myself. Nothing wrong with that. Oopsie. 8 to life. What build can do all the game's content, be good at everything. Mosaic. If you're looking for, there's a few different ones that, I mean, there's several builds that can do everything, but like do everything good. Be good at doing everything. I mean, you can do like some kind of dual Hammerdens that also use Smite to do Ubers and stuff. You'll have a different set of gear to do Ubers and stuff like that. So there's a Hammerden version. There's like a Fist of the Heavens Paladin that it can't quite do everything because it only kills undead and demons, but it can essentially do everything. And like Mosaic, the completely busted Mosaic Assassin. But I mean, I think for the question you asked, it's about just those. Like technically a ton of builds can do Ubers and stuff, but it's so difficult and you need such specific gear that it's not really, I wouldn't refer to it as doing it good. So this is actually online, Andy, so this is just solo, just P1. I just didn't feel like, you know, I wanted to play online with this character and didn't really feel like trying very hard today. I don't know if you ever have one of those days. you just don't feel like casting a couple extra tornadoes to take out a monster, so. Immune to physical, bruh. Alright, we're not waiting for that. Guy doesn't drop nothing anyways. Malts! Yo! Love it. Go ahead and turn that fan off. It's actually like 33 degrees outside right now, so. Got done walking though, so. Take another drink. Ray said burned out on the Fire Sork, rocking a Javazon now. Oopsie. Gotcha. New and easier. Yeah, because you did a straight up playthrough, didn't you? Straight up playthrough. So it begins. Let's go get, we're gonna go get Bloodraven one time here, just to see what happens. So I'm trying to reverse map read this, where normally I would never, yes, is going to the corner, it should be right, yeah. Which is the way I generally never want to go here. You don't say. I think you maybe overstated your strength here a little bit, Blood Raven. Maybe a little bit. Oh man, I mean, obviously, of course, I just want to find Tyrell's Might, but I would love for it to be off of some sketch monster. TZ Bishibosh, or maybe one time I'm like, hey, just for funsies, I'm gonna go take out Terrorized Bone Ash. And it drops off there or something. Iron Gargoyle, welcome in. TZ Bone Ash would be like the most Giga Chad place to find it. Because that literally would mean that I was skipping TZ Andy. I was taking time away from farming Terrorized Andy in order to take out Bone Ash. Like, how Giga Chad move would that be? Is this the way out? I think it is. Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, thought so. Thought so. Where? Oh boy, there we go. Yeah, TZ Bish would be awesome. Yeah, Bishibosh wouldn't be bad. Bishibashi. Gargoyle saying takes him out on the way to Andy. Yeah, it's a little out of the way. I guess you could always. I mean, I feel like TZ Andy's too good, in my opinion, to like waste the time, but just as a strictly, you know, fun maneuver or a Giga Chad maneuver, maybe worth it. TZ Durio. Ooh. Yeah, the only thing is that's another one of those ones where if you're just slamming, well, maybe you could justify that. Like if you are going after Durio, I feel like Durio, how does his drops really work though? Because like 5 of his 6 drops are taken up by town portals, so how are the dropouts really that good? Yeah, Kyle, no offense, but yeah, that's like the 3rd or 4th time that someone's asked me that question so far today, and I've been on for an hour and a half. Shania Twain, Conway Twitty. What's his name? Is it Snow? I think. The one Canadian rapper guy that sings that Informa. Da 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 da. That guy's my favorite too. You guys know what song I'm talking about. It's my favorite, even though that's the only part I know. Why don't I do the Crypt Mausoleum? It's not really very good. Everything's so spread out, and like the density is hard to find. Hard to find the champion packs when you're looking around, and just hard to find them at all. You know what I mean? That's what I find. You know, if you like doing it, more power to you. Nothing wrong with it, but I feel like everything's just spread out and too hard to find. All the little rooms, you can't see the monster packs and stuff. It's just kind of annoying, in my opinion, Jen. Yeah, get unique town portals from Durio, Deckard. Yeah, that'd be nasty. What a great song. Yeah, I was right too. The guy's, I just Googled it real quick. His name is Snow. Of course he is. Canadian white reggae rapper Snow. Didn't have that on my 1992 bingo card. can't follow the lyrics. Well, yeah, you definitely would have to look him up because you can't really understand what he's saying, but... Ooh, Ogrex. Can't leave that behind. Gotta check it. Oh. Ogre. Ogre. Yeah. Whoop. Caballo. See, what is today? Wednesday? This Michigan weather's getting pretty crazy around here. We got 30s today, and then it's supposed to be 65 in a couple of days. Fortunately, rain, of course. Luckily, it's warm weather right around the corner. Right around the corner. Your Mephisto spawned trapped inside of a basket. It's an interesting little glitcheroonie or whatever. He spawned with like baskets all around him, like a little tiny wall. All right. Actually, let me get my hoodie on. I'm getting a little chilly. Got it right here. Going to Costa Rica in a month. Nice, Slayer Saint. Congrats on that. Costa Rica sounds warm. Yeah, I think that's right around the equator there. I think I heard that place pretty much has the same. I'm just equating it to somewhere I've been, similar to Hawaii. It's where it's actually like not super crazy hot. Could be wrong though. Zapped him free. You slayed him free. Grim Reaper Phil with the hood up. With the hood up. Yeah. Head gets cold with no hair up there, you know what I mean? Unbelievable. Whoops. Nah. Just identified my cube on accident. Whoop. Yeah, maybe we'll take that down. Oh man, I hate when you teleport all the way down one side and that was indeed not the way. It's obviously just a symptom of the way the maps are generated, but I wish the pits was more of a straight line. You didn't have to backtrack. But it's not really that big a deal. Just part of the online experience, I suppose. That's what I'm not too picky on the pit maps on single player, but I do usually try to find one that's more of a straight line when I reroll maps online or on single player. I'm saying. No good. Do I do any blood glove crafting? I used to, but I don't anymore. I know that they can be good. They can be valuable. I don't know. I just decided I didn't want to spend the time to do it, essentially. I kind of, on offline single player, I don't think I would ever use them, so I just decided not to do it, and then online I just kind of kept not doing it too. So dang, I haven't found a single jewel all day. How is this possible? Why are there no jewels dropping? Or have I just been forgetting? Why do I have these here? Was I gonna make a cure or something? I'm not really sure. Not sure. Dankroot saying they're more useful on a spear than a Jabazon.
What you need?
Could be. I've never been much of a Spearazon guy, so. That probably could be why I don't generally use them. Why I feel like it's just not what I want to use. Explain the relationship between magic find and kill speed. Well, Rune, how do I explain it? You'd have to look at the kind of like diminishing return curve on magic find, essentially, for uniques. And then also kind of think of like the no drop chance relative to kind of like players count too, which is not exactly what you're asking about, but so pretty much if an item drops, it has a chance of being unique regardless of the amount of magic find you have. So if you kill 2 monsters with no magic find, or you kill 1 monster with a lot of magic find, like it's hard to explain without showing the diminishing return curve and knowing how much magic find we're talking about. But essentially, if you have an amount of magic find that doubles the chance of getting a unique item, that's the same, and you kill 1 monster, or you have killed 2 monsters in the same amount of time with no magic find, like you have the same percent chance of like this item dropping as a unique item. But if you have less magic find, or if in that instance, the killing 2 monsters in the time of 1 monster, magic find doesn't affect runes at all, so you could have even a better chance of finding like high runes and stuff with more kill speed with less magic find in that one particular example. So it's kind of difficult to explain. I don't know if that really was a good example, but or a good way of explaining it. Yeah, I don't think I'm keeping those anymore. I'm trying to think if there's a better way to explain it. But yeah. So, and I don't know for sure if that, you know, the numbers I just said there were match up exactly, but I just picked those numbers to kind of like display the example of what I was trying to show, so that you could understand the way the relationship kind of sort of works, the way that you should kind of think about it. Good old full helm. Let's see, dusk deep, I think. Nailed it. Fire Die knows what's up. Smash that like button for better drops. Hashtag proven, hashtag facts. Yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button for me on YouTube. Help me out, huh? $45 live. Oh! The skiller. I did get a skiller. Boom. But not the best one. Mutu, are you talking about I find less online, or you say in general you think people find less online than they do offline?
Greetings.
In general? I think that's a symptom of kill speed, to be honest, and how good of gear people have. Because if you play on single player, almost everybody has amazing gear. If you've been playing offline single player for like 6 months, you have like spectacular gear. But also, so yeah, you might actually find more on single player, but I think it's more of a case of like, because I know where the pits is automatically, I can roll to have the pit set up I want, so I never have to backtrack. So you farm more efficiently on single player. So because you kill more monsters because you're farming more efficient, I think you find more. So yeah, I think you are kind of true, but I think that's kind of the reason why, in my opinion. In my opinion. Bone Flame worth keeping. Oh, I forget which one that is. I think Bone Flame you can use on a build, but it's not necessarily the best in slot. Maybe it might be technically, but it's one of those ones you can use and keep if you want to. Ashy Slashy, thanks for watching the vids and stuff. Glad you like them. Sorry, I know it's been a few minutes since you put your comment in. I was getting a little behind there. Trying to catch back up. Oh. Maybe Passion says he thinks that's why they made runes not affected by Magic Find. I mean, I actually don't think that's why, because I mean there are no magic runes, so you wouldn't have a Magic Find apply to it, right? I mean, like Magic Find doesn't apply to potions either, or to you know, scrolls or antidotes, you know, like I just think Magic Find doesn't apply to runes because runes don't have magic, they're not magic items, right? Flurious says he likes Pindle and Neothak and stuff because of the layouts. Easy to read, right? Online like that. Well, Pindle you don't need to read, but Neothak's easy to read, yeah. Yeah, true story. A lot of people run those online for that exact reason, yeah. DMC saying if your time to kill goes up when you lower Magic Find, so your Magic Find doesn't quote-unquote lower. Well, it does. It's like, yeah, but each individual item would have less of a chance of being a magic, rare, set, or unique. But the idea is that if you kill much faster, more items are going to drop. So it'd be like the total number, depending on how the math shook out, the total number of uniques that dropped could end up being the same, depending on, you know, how the math worked. But yeah, you could end up with more insane bases for rune words or high runes and stuff. Yeah, so I think you get it. I think you get it. Ooh, 40-30. Wow, kind of. That's a solid one. It's a solid one. Don't find them a lot like that. Interesting. Does MF help for runes? No, if the game deciding if a rune drops or not, it is unaffected by the amount of magic find. It doesn't factor in magic find to the calculation at all, so. Because literally the game decides whether it's going to be like a potion or one of those type of items, arrows, gold, gems and runes, or like an item like this or this. And then if it picks an item like this, like an actual piece of gear, like this, like that, like this, then it factors in the magic find and goes, okay, we're going to roll and see the RNG if it's going to be a blue item, a socketed item, a white item, cracked item, a unique. Then only if it picks this as one of, like, I don't remember exactly how many there is, but I think there's 6 different categories of objects between potions and arrows or like gear, gold. I don't remember exactly what they're called and what they are, but only if it picks the one that is gear does it then factor in the magic find to determine what it's going to be. Flurious, 4 to 500. Are you saying that's your magic find sweet spot? That's what you try to get on magic find, is 4 to 500? Yeah, we'll throw it in the giveaway. I don't really need that. If it was on single player, I'd keep it for something, but I'm not going to need that online. It's quite a bit. Quite a bit. I guess if you're just running Pindle, it's no big deal. And stuff like that, yeah. Plus, yeah, if you're a Blizzard Sorceress, I'm going to guess Blizzard, full towels. Saffron talking about why it seems like people find more on single player, because you can turn the players count up and a lot of people play like this by themselves online. That's part of it too, probably, I'm sure. Yeah, there's definitely sometimes people just play by themselves, yeah. Three-piece towels, gotcha. 3-piece. I might rock a full towel sword coming up here pretty soon. I haven't used full towels in a minute, and by minute I mean a long time. So I just like say that, and sometimes I'll say that, I'll be like, man, we haven't done this in a minute. My daughter will be like, Dad, it's been so long since we did that. It's been way more than a minute. She doesn't. I'm just trying to talk like Xennial here, and she's got to call me out for it. First Titans 191. Congrats on that. Yeah, realistically, if you're not doing honestly, if you're not doing PvP, Ethereal Titans are like pointless. Essentially. Technically, yeah, okay, you do a little bit more damage, so technically you leech back a little bit more life/mana, but I feel like it's so inconsequential, it's not really. It's definitely not worth the 7x price that it costs to trade for Ethereal Titans. Ooh, nice. MF with 11 on the lightning res. Boom. Nailed it. Gargoyle says doesn't know why people want Ethereal Titan so much. Just because it's completely min-maxed, and I mean technically it is like a 0.5% better or something, so that's, people are just like, they're just like that, like, oh, I want the best of the best, you know. Map variability, says Fred, talking about the online single player, why it might seem like single player you find more. Yeah, definitely kind of part of it. I sort of mentioned that, but yeah, definitely that you can know exactly where to, you can get to the pit super fast, so you get more runs per hour done without looking around for it. And Stony Tombs, you know exactly where it is. You don't have to teleport around for 6 minutes being like, where's this place at again? So yeah, completely agree there. Dankroot says he usually ends up using T-strokes most of the time. Yeah, T-strokes do have that minus res, which, I mean, you lose the increased attack speed, right? You get the minus res. What is it? You get 2 more skills, but minus res is generally, I don't know the math on minus res versus increased attack speed on the DPS, what that would really come out to. But the main thing, I hate having to go repair them all the time. Hate it. I hates it.
Good day.
Yeah, sorry, DMC, I must have missed some of your questions there on something about physical boa. I'll be honest, chat could probably help you better, hopefully, anyways, but I'm not much of a boa player. It's never seemed that great to me. I get some pushback. Some people say they like it and it wrecks. Anytime I've ever used boa, I've tried setting up builds the way people say and stuff, and it never seems to be all that entertaining or that great in my opinion. But immune to cold and physical must be one of the whatchamacallits are taking it out. Part of it probably that I'm a holy grailer too, so just what I enjoy doing probably just isn't good for it. Ray says he likes to playstyle on bows. Gotcha. Yeah, maybe it's probably just that. I'm just probably opposite of you opinion-wise. I probably just don't like it as much. I haven't liked it as much anyways when I've tried it. It's been a long time though. At this point now, to be honest, it's probably been like years since I've played a boa, to be straight up. You just decide you don't like something, and then you just don't play it for like 5 years. See, Dankroot says with High Lords and gloves, you can reach the IAS cap on keystrokes anyways. Alrighty, gotcha. That is one thing I've never took the time to really pay attention to, is min-maxing increased attack speed stuff, but it's mainly because I play almost exclusively casters, with few exceptions. Ever tried a Fury Druid with Metamorphosis? Definitely not. I don't think I have with Metamorphosis. I don't play a lot of Fury Druid either, but I have tried that one with a few different setups. I don't know if I did it with Metamorphosis or not, though. It's been a while. It's hard to remember when you played something, you know, a year or two ago for a week, what exactly you did. So, Physical Boa, Dire Prism. Physical Boa, not a play style, the lifestyle. I don't know if it's that that important or that what do you call it? Hardcore or whatever, but also, one thing I was going to say about that too, don't forget the like button on YouTube, by the way. I just want to stress, I'm not asking, by the way. You have to. You have to. I think I'm about to hit 92. About to hit level 92 on accident. What I got here? I was thinking. Couple of extra tornado skills. I don't think it matters. I'll just leave that on there. I don't really need any more damage anyways for what I'm doing. You look real quick on what we got. My summons will get him. I'm confident. Crystalline Passage next. Yeah, my fave. Oh, got lost for a second. Thought I could read chat while teleporting when I didn't know where I was going. Why not? These look like some bums I want to take out. Just saw 3 champions, 3 packs there. I was like, yeah, why not? We take out 3 packs. Maybe they'll drop me a Jaco or something. Or some Titans. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask this one time too. I asked it the other day for just to kind of see some of the settings I changed for the Twitch part of the stream. The next not like every single person has to let me know or whatever, but the next person that gets an ad on Twitch, let me know when you get an ad on Twitch, and let me know how long it is. Just the first person. I don't need anybody past that really, but just the first person. Let me know when you get an ad and how long it is on Twitch. Snuckster said he's almost exclusively a Javazon player, huh? It is pretty powerful. It is a powerful one right there. Ethereal Titans help a bunch against lightning immunes. I mean, with Infinity and Thunder Chimes, I mean, I don't know how much you really need to worry about that. Using jab against lightning immunes. Or something like that, but I'm assuming, I don't think you said that, but that would be the reason why, I would guess, right? I do remember back in the day using jab and lightning immunes down, but Yeah, that'd be assuming that you didn't have a Sunder Charm or Infinity. Which nowadays Sunder Charms are like free anyways, so. Ray said game's all about variety. There you go. Don't like Boa? Play a Poison Necro. True story, true story. Everyone can play whatever they want to. Kill him on. Blizzard's so strong, but hitting stationary enemies is frustrating, say, huh? I guess kinda, yeah. If they're not in like the proper hitbox area of the Blizzard, they just, I guess I kinda could see that. Usually with Blizzard though, you always want to have one of those other cold skills there to kind of help out with that stuff. Ice Blast. Ice Blast my go-to. For those one individual targets. Levente saying he got a Burroon first day just like I did. Congrats on that one. Bunch of others. What? How'd you find all that stuff on the second day? If you really found all that stuff, you're the luckiest person that's ever played the game, I'll be honest. Griffin, Sir, Perfect Maras. I'd say you're the luckiest person that's ever played the game. Congrats on that one, Levente. Hope you're doing good. Just wondering what helm other than Tal's is good for my Merc. You could use a you can make this Bulwark one's not bad. Life Leech, damage reduction. Andaro's Visage. Depending on how you set it up, there's another one called Cure that actually helps out you and your mercenary with the cleansing aura. If you're super budget, it's not super great, but you can craft yourself a Blood Helm to get a tiny amount of Life Leech and hopefully get lucky with something else on there. There's some uniques that you could find, but it's obviously hit or miss if you find a unique, but Steel Skull has some Life Leech on it. They can help them out, or not Peasant's Crown, Crown of Thieves, I think, is a bunch of res and stuff in life, so there's a few different things like that, uniques you could find, but Cure Insight Prayer Merc. Gargoyle says cheap and is awesome. Yeah, I've kind of started using that on a lot more characters lately, to be honest, not just the Energy Shield Nova Sorceress. And yeah, it's not as like insane on other builds, but it's still like gets rid of the poison, especially, you know, if you're farming anything like the Stony Tombs, or, you know, wait, why is there not a way down to really this one little spot up here? Unbelievable. Vamp Gaze, yeah, I suppose that's another one there too. To be honest, those uniques though, nowadays I generally like never use those, because I feel like Bulwark and Cure are like essentially just as good as those, like almost, depending on which build you want to do, Bulwark and Cure. But you can make it those rune words so much easier than finding a Vamp Gaze or something. Like, you always are able to, unless you just randomness of luck, you could always find a Vamp Gaze like on accident on a playthrough or something, but you pretty much always can make like Bulwark way before you find a Vamp Gaze, or even Steel Skull and stuff most of the time. Snuckster saying, been playing on and off since release. Never was able to make Infinity yet, though. Gotcha. Okay. I'm picking up Chilean down. Not always the easiest to get all those runes. I get you. Especially if you don't trade much. Trading is obviously the best of all time way of getting runes. Fine. Yeah, Gargoyle. And Darla's Visage was like one of the first ones I mentioned in there. The Vente fully geared hammered in. So now you have a self-infinity Novasorg too. Yeah, sounds like you got some good luck on the season, man. Real good luck. Oop. Wasn't paying attention. Was not paying attention to which way I was going. Wait. Darn. Right there. Doug says best drop so far this season, a Jaw rune. Legendary. Yeah, high runes are a lot more rare than sometimes people make them sound. Like, for like the average person who's not, you know, setting up full parties of people they know in Discords and stuff, or like aren't blasting for 8 hours a day and stuff like that. For like the average Joe. The average Phil, right? Fred said he never uses an Emilio, never reps that Act 2 Merc till he gets a Ethereal and Darla's Visage. You don't say. Well, I'd be 4 years into my offline single player and I wouldn't have a mercenary yet. I know you're kind of joking, but it's one of those items somehow I never found. Ethereal and Darla's Visage. I've never, even on online single player, never found one before. The bear just chilling there, yeah. And whenever I teleport around, my bodyguard. Sure. Empty to jaw. A lot of BattleNet issues. Anyone else on EU? I've been hearing a lot of people over the last couple of weeks saying EU problems. A lot. So it's not just you. I don't know much about it though, besides lots of problems. Flurious on Twitch saying he had a lot of problems last night too. Yeah, I've been hearing for weeks. People in different venues, different places saying that EU servers are like having problems logging in and stuff. I mean, sounds kind of, what do you call it? I don't know if cliche is the right word or whatever, but make sure you turn it off, turn it back on again. Maybe go into your, like, Control-Alt-Delete into that, what's it called? The task manager or whatever, and make sure your BattleNet app is fully closed. Like, sometimes when I used to have problems, I would look and there would be, like, in the background, there would be, like, 7 instances of my BattleNet app running in the background. So it was never actually closing. You know, maybe try that or something. Yeah, gotcha, Fred. I did watch for a little bit. I was lurking for a minute, for just a few minutes there, Fred, but just a few minutes. Decker's saying that's the console trick. You got to turn it off, turn it back on again. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everything electronic, like the number of times that like the fire stick wouldn't work or something, and we got to unplug it, plug it back in again. Why did all of my settings on my computer change? What is going on here? Turn it off, turn it back on again, everything's fine. You're like, there's no reason that should have worked, but it did, so... Yeah, I don't know. DDoS attack. Why are people really doing these DDoS attacks all the time? Or I feel like corporations are just using this excuse saying people are doing DDoS attacks for, hey, our servers are dog crap and they never work right. Honestly. Oh, there we go. If I didn't have Enigma already, we got the budget Enigma, Nage's Puzzler. Early on ladder. This is a little later on ladder, but early on ladder. You want this budget Enigma right here. The perfect amount of charges. Maybe someone doesn't have Enigma yet and they need one of those. We'll hang on to it for just toss her out in a drop game, I guess. But yeah, like whether it's even on here, but like you hear about it all the time, different, whether it's Twitter or whether it's this, or they're always, oh, there was a DDoS attack this. I'm like, are you sure you're not just like firing everybody and because you don't want to pay nobody? You're cutting the budget and now there's nobody to make sure things are running right, so everything's crashing. You sure that's actually what it is? Because like how many people do you think are in charge of keeping the Blizzard servers for G2R up and running, right? I mean, there can't be a lot of people. I don't know for sure. I have no insider information. But I'm sure there's not that many people. One? Maybe one guy, and then if there's a problem, they can call on a couple other people to help them, you know? Like, maybe something like that. Can't be many. Windforce worth anything. So Windforce empty, the only thing that changes is the mana leech on it. So it rolls 6 to 8 on the Windforce. I have no idea what it's worth, though, to be honest. I did see he was lagging like crazy, Fred. So turned out there was a reason why. I should have said something, Fred. I honestly hopped in and I was like, man, he looks like he's on the wrong server. Like it looks like the lag when you go to farm declone on a different server. I should have said something. I honestly thought that.
What can I do for you?
I honestly thought that, Fred. That's funny. Ray says DDoS definitely happens. You got to fight against it. Fight it when they can. Little boy, stutter much. The company you work for. Yeah, but I also feel like it's used as an excuse a lot for incompetence. Oh, our website went down. DDoS. That's what it was. Yeah. Because like the average person, like I barely know what it is. The average person's like, oh, another one of those darn DDoS things. Jeez, this is crazy, you know.
So it begins.
Yeah, I know how that goes, Fred. Swear up and down you know something and you're like, oh wait a second, oopsie. Guess I'm not on the US server. Yeah, Bix dude talking about not having enough people to run. The corporate people need their fifth Mercedes. We can't We can't have another guy making sure the servers are working. Calamon, yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, but I don't know. I don't know if it would or not. Things going on in WoW messing up the D2R servers. And also only messing up the European server all the time and never the American server or the Asian server. Because I couldn't imagine that anybody would be out there caring about actually, like, specifically targeting the Diablo 2 Resurrected servers in 2025, right? We're really going to get these 1,100 people playing on the EU server. You know, probably not even that many. We're going to get the 452 people playing on the EU server on D2R in 2025. I could not imagine that. Got them good. Seabot, welcome in. Yo, yo, yo. Yeah, Justin Peterson saying, guarantee it's only 1 or 2 people actively. Yeah. I would think so, but I would say I don't know for sure. Anything I would say is speculating, but if I had to speculate, I would say it's only a person or 2 as well. G-Stacks, what's going on? Yo, yo, yo! Yeah, Calamon, I get what you, yeah, the Battle.net, you think it'd be all games, but why is it only the European server? Only the European Battle.net servers get DDoS attacked? Never the American server or the Asian server, you know? That doesn't really make too much sense to me, to be honest. I'm not saying I know all the answers or anything, but it just kind of doesn't make sense. Top to number 7. Have some of this. Martin says he thinks that Asian and US servers are newer or better. Could be. Could be. Let's see. Easy practice. Don't know what you mean by that. JC. Beer or milk? I mean, I haven't had a glass of milk in like a long time, so guess beer. If I had to choose.
So it begins.
And so it begins. Is that the part that he says, and so it begins? Does he say that because I never did the Malice quest or something? Did the quest, maybe not. What's everyone's favorite beer? I don't even know if I have a favorite beer anymore. They're all so good. How do you choose, right? To be honest, like craft beer and stuff got so expensive that I don't really drink it very much anymore. When every single type of beer that isn't like the cheapo beer, cheapo American beer, is like $12.99 for a 4-pack. You're just like, oh god, like I can't afford that. Pretty much the craft beer stuff I only get when I go out to eat or something. I'll get one or something, because at that point, you know, if you order just like a standard American beer, it's like $5.50, and if you order the craft one, it's like $8. So it's really not that much difference. But if you go to like, if you just buy a 6-pack, a 6-pack is like $6 a regular beer, but a 6-pack of a craft is like $15, like 3 times as much. But at a restaurant or something, it's only like 10% more somehow. So back to work. All right, Chris, enjoy your day at work. Hopefully it goes good for you. How much alcohol does regular American beer have? The like regular stuff would be like is 5, and then if it's like a light beer, it's usually like somewhere between 4 and 4.5. Yeah, that's another thing too, is a lot of times I don't want to have, you know, beers like 9% and stuff. You have like 4 of them and you're ham boned. I'm getting too old for that stuff. Cheap, decent crafts at Aldi. Trust me, I've looked at Aldi, Brett. They're cheapish. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's really not much of a difference. Really, the stuff at Aldi now is like almost the same price. Some of them are like $8 for a 6-pack. And then it's like, you know, you add in tax and deposit, and it's like $9. I hate returning cans and stuff to Aldi too, because I hate having to go through the actual line with the person at the register, because they have one register open and there's all these like old people like counting out their change. So it's like their bill is like 50, 52, like 75, and they're like 10, 15, 20, like counting out their bills. 25, 30, 35, and then they bring out their change purse and they're like 10 cents, 15, 16, 17, 18. Ooh, I found a quarter. And you're just like, oh my god, just get your credit card out and swipe it already. $8 to $13. Yeah, I don't drink any beer over like 8, pretty much. It's every beer that's over like 8, maybe 8.5%, it just tastes disgusting. It's just gross. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Like, that amount of alcohol just doesn't taste good to me. Is that the first jewel I found today? I think it is. Yeah, race. No, that story was not made up. That was a true story about less than a week ago when I went to Aldi. That's a true story. The last time I took cans and bottles back to Aldi. I don't even, the returnables at Aldi anymore, I don't even return them anymore because it's such a waste of time. For like the 60 cents or whatever I'm going to return each week, I just crumple the bottles up and throw them in my regular recycling. It's not even worth the 60 cents. It's not even worth my time. Because then I have to go through the normal... whatever. No, Sunil, in the United States, you don't have to... You can sell alcohol, like, anywhere. So, to sell beer... You can sell, like, beer anywhere. But to sell liquor, you have to get what's called a liquor license. But, like... almost any place can get a liquor license if you can actually get your hands on one, because cities and stuff like that have a certain number of liquor licenses they can like give out to stores and stuff. So like you can go into CVS and buy like vodka and whiskey and stuff. But then there's also just like party stores that only sell, like, you know, convenience stores or whatever that only sell beer, because like a lot of places can sell beer. So another jewel. I was just saying how I haven't found any jewels today. The game heard me. I need some jewels for crafting. Yeah, there could be different state stuff. Yeah, do forgive me on that. I should have specified there. Because yeah, what is it? There's certain counties in the United States that are literally like dry counties. Technically, the county in Kentucky where they brew Jack Daniels, or they distill Jack Daniels, it's a dry county. So you can make whiskey and you can sell the whiskey out of the county, but you can't buy Jack Daniels in that county, I think. Or you can't drink it or something. It's like a dry county, which is very strange to me. Because they wrote the law that you couldn't purchase and consume, you know, during Prohibition or whatever, and they like never got rid of it. Something like that. Google it to make sure all the facts are straight, but something like that. The concept of a dry county is weird. Yeah, there's just like a 30 square mile area where you can't buy or drink alcohol for a reason. Oh, 2 to poison and bone with some mana leech. Ooh. Even here in Michigan, there was some weird rule, like you used to not be able, you couldn't buy alcohol between the hours of 2 a.m. and 11 a.m. on Sundays or something like that.
Good day.
They got rid of that, luckily. The number of times, well, it only happened like 2 or 3 times, but the number of times you'd be going out golfing Sunday morning and you'd be like going to pick up a 6-pack, stick in your bag, and they're like, we can't sell to you. And you're like, oh, shoot. Or you're going on the boat with your buddies and you're like, oh no, I just remember I can't buy any alcohol. Like, great. Going on the boat in the summer on a Sunday and you can't, oh my God. Luckily, like 10 years ago or something, they got rid of that. But yeah. Ugh. Yeah, you guys gonna have to Google I'm talking about the dry county thing. Unless the rule changed, yeah, I'll look it up. I'll look it up here. Jack Daniels in a dry county. Yeah, Lynchburg, Tennessee, Moore County, a dry county where alcohol sales are prohibited. You cannot buy any alcohol sales, and consumption is prohibited. So yeah. According to the internet. That's according to CNBC, and that's according to Jack Daniel's official website. So
donated $5 through Super Chat. Well done, Steak.
Pathless, yo! Thank you for the well done steak super chat. You, the layer. Wait, you know what I just realized? Where's my phone at? I wish my phone was here and plugged in. Oh, there it is. How about that? My phone's not dead. Not that it'd be dead this fast, but usually I always plug it in when I'm streaming or whatever, so. Fred, I don't know, man. All I was going by was what everything has ever said, and I just Googled it, and it says that you cannot consume whiskey in the county, and it says you cannot purchase it or sell it. So, according to the Jack Daniel's website and according to CNBC, I don't know. Who do you believe? Who am I going to believe? I don't know. That's just what I'm going by. Feel free to anyone else to believe whatever you want to. Maybe they have some insider deal or something with the county or something. I don't know. Don't know. Man, well done steaks. My favorite. My favorite. Wicked says he used to be by a town that was dry, but you could go buy it somewhere else and come back, drink it at your house. Boy, I wonder if you were in a dry county like that, like someone cops kick down your door, like it's a party of high schoolers drinking, and they're like, "Freeze! All you 50-year-olds, get your hands up! Is that a beer in your hand? Gosh darn it!" Freeze, I'm a cab. Drop the Budweiser right now. Drop that Pabst Blue Ribbon. Oh, right in the middle of my ridiculous joke I was making. Let's go. So another rune. So both high runes I found this season, players 1 difficulty. Nailed it. Nailed it. It's a little vex. I don't mind if I do. Fire Die, thank you for the 5 gifted membership. Appreciate you. Very kind of you. You slayer. David said he's from Kentucky. Few dry counties. Surrounding counties are no longer dry, but a lot of weird rules like Sundays and stuff. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, we had some of those Sunday rules as well. Yeah. For Sundays can't buy alcohol Sunday morning for some reason. Not until you get out of church. You can't buy any alcohol. Streamer luck. Better believe it. It's that wind druid. It slays too efficiently. That's what it is. Slays too efficiently. Malinath, that's because I found that vex because of you. I appreciate you. Very kind of you. What level can you respect a Windy? I mean, you could as soon as you're level high enough level to get it, which would be that 20. This is a 24 level, right? Yeah, you could. I usually more of if you're playing solo by yourself and you start off fire, which most people do. I would do like when you come into Act 4. You could even Act 4 of Nightmare. You could even before that, like Act 2 or 3 of Nightmare. It's going to be up to you. But yeah. Also, I'm not the most avidest of druid players, so. But yeah, mostly for every character, when you come into Act 4 of Nightmare, that's when people swap out of fire for every type of build and go into whatever, other thing they were going to do, pretty much. No streamer luck. Yeah, you guys all hit the... Yeah, I liked my own stream and it made the Vex drop. See, that's the power of hitting the like button on YouTube. I guess I'll hang out of that. I'll keep that one for myself. Selfish Phil. Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to put that craft beer down. Yeah. No, yeah, they're gonna... FBI is gonna be running down the stairs to my basement here in a second, like, sir, is that a hard iced tea? Put it down now. Step away from the hard iced tea. This is a dry county. Could you imagine that? What's the fine? I want to look this up. I'm gonna look it up. What is the penalty for being caught drinking in a dry county? Hold on. What could this possibly be? Okay, so dry counties, alcohol sales might be permitted. Consumption typically legal, but there can be penalty. Well, obviously for that. Yeah, that answer is not going to be. Yeah, it just says monetary fines, possible jail time. Gosh, could you imagine getting a... Well, so it's called an MIP for minor in possession. So could you imagine just getting an IP? Oh, you would get an IPA. In possession of alcohol. So you'd get an IPA if you had an IPA. Gosh. Oh my goodness. Holy smokes. Wicked Plumber coming in. Huge. 20. Gifted. Slayer ships. Thank you so much, Wicked Plumber, for the insane, crazy generosity. Holy smokes. Thank you so much. You, Giga Chad. 20 gifted Slayer ships. Insane. Just insane. Just insane. Fred and Decker knows what to do. There you go. Hammer those Evo Marios. Love to see it. They knew the assignment. Tomac talking about the IPA for an IPA. Speaking of a fine I will never pay. Well, they'll take you to jail. Could you imagine getting arrested? You're like 47, get arrested for drinking a beer. I cannot imagine. How is this possible? No way. Marty says his account is cursed. Oh, Marty, speaking of, I was going to say something, Marty, about gifteds. So I was reading on the internet, right? And I assume you maybe looked up some stuff too or whatever. If this happened, and I'm not saying it definitely did, if your YouTube account is a... Oh, shoot, what is it called? If it got accidentally switched or intentionally to a brand account, apparently you can't get gifted memberships no matter what you have set if it's a brand account. Which I don't really know the difference between a normal account and a brand account. Also, though, if you have a brand account and you have any paid memberships, like if you have like a year-long paid membership on some channel, if you swap from a brand account on YouTube to a normal account, it will just delete all of your memberships and you'll lose all the any streaks you have and stuff. So, just an FYI. Yeah, a brand account, I think it's supposed to be for like businesses and stuff. I'm not really sure exactly what it's for, Fred. I was just Googled something about it for some reason earlier today, so yeah. But the thing is you shouldn't really have a brand account, and you could get gifted before and now you can't. So I don't really know what's going on. So just do know that it'll delete any channel memberships you have on any other channels if you ever swap that. So Brad said found a sweet small charm. Gotta be more specific, but congratulations. Hopefully it was legendary.
So it begins.
But yeah, if I had to guess, well, I don't really know. I don't really know why the brand account thing. I don't really know much about it. 7 MF 10 cold. I mean, still pretty sick. That's still pretty sick. Why did I not finish Act 1 skill quest? Did I not? Did I not do the Den of Evil? Oh, I didn't. How about that? Nah. I don't know. How much is one skill really going to help me out at this point? I have all my damage skills maxed out. Really, I'm just pumping points into my wolf to have my wolves and my bear do a little bit more, which is like, so what at this point? I guess that's one good thing about the druid, that you kind of get it maxed out early. It's not like Energy Shield Nova Sork, like all your stuff on Energy Shield Nova, I feel anyways, if I remember correctly, they're not really maxed out till you're like level 94 or something like that. I don't remember exactly, so don't attack me, but it's something like that. That so it begins from the druid is badass, says Malinath. It does sound it does sound reasonable. It's better than some of the other ones, but that's for sure. So it begins. I'm got here. It's only 2 o'clock. I forgot I got on a little bit, not early, but earlier than I normally do because I decided to take a nap instead of going to the gym today. Maybe we'll go to the gym later. I think the kid zone, the daycare at the gym or whatever you call it, is open later. Maybe I'll do that. Did an hour and a half or so on the treadmill here, just walking, but that's not really. My neck's all jacked up. I forgot I yawned the other day, so I barely survived. My neck still hurts. Wes. Yeah, actually, I agree. Yeah, I do love me some Novasork. Best target says 95 is what it is. Could be. I'll take your word on it. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Yeah, Marty, that's pretty much what it is, yeah. Because you had a membership for a month and canceled, they're like, oh, heck no. This guy don't need no free membership. Oh, hell no. Could be what it is. I wouldn't be surprised if they have something set up like that, so. Hellkite, yeah, I kind of see you there. I don't know necessarily. I don't know the context of what you're necessarily replying to there, but I guess it's kind of not incorrect that, you know, people using way too much alcohol can cause a bunch of problems, but freedom, right? Evil beware sounds pretentious, says Fred. Pretentious. I'd have to look up the definition of that again. I think it means like stuck up kind of sort of, but nailed it. Infinity on Act 2 Merc for Blizzard Sorceress. I generally do. Then you can get away with like a 1-point wonder into Cold Mastery. Also, if you're taking into consideration at all cold immunes being broken, the minus res on Cold Mastery and the minus on the Conviction Aura work at 1/5 efficiency, so it kind of helps you out with that. Hurricanes still have a wide AoE. I mean, it's like somewhere in here. I mean, I'll be honest, if the AoE on Hurricane isn't this right here, this distance, then I don't know what it is. If there's some, you know, programming malarkey to where it's actually a lot smaller, I don't know. THC says Shmeez his go-to. Yeah, definitely. I don't think they still do it a lot, but back in the day, because now it's like legal a lot of places, but back when I was working in the factories, even not that long ago, even when it was legal, you could get fired you got a random drug test and you tested positive for THC, they just fire you instantly, and you wouldn't get unemployment or anything. Now, of course, I don't need to worry about that, but good old Ward. Didn't even throw that in there, but kind of a rare one. Looks cool. Tebek's Glory. That cool look there. Your beer with a side of whiskey raced? Yeah, I don't know about that. I just go, nowadays I'm just basic, normal drinks. Maybe every once in a while I'll do liquor, but not very often anymore. By not anymore, I mean like last few months, I guess. Kind of decided I just didn't want to worry about it. That's the kind of stuff that would end up giving me a hangover. End up making the drinks too strong, and then you're like, oh, what happened? Where'd half this fifth go? But just have beer or whatever, pre-mixed, you know, not too strong. Yes, Anil, I don't really do any of that stuff. Don't do none of that stuff. I really don't need some other thing that some other vice that I end up liking a bunch. The company gets federal money. Yeah, I guess it is still illegal federally, so yeah. Talking about the devil's lettuce. That's got to be the stupidest nickname in my opinion for it. Devil's lettuce. That's like nobody really uses that one, right? I'm out of the game nowadays. Nobody actually uses that besides joking around, right? Yeah, I already like tofu and well done steaks. I don't need any more vices, right, Fred? Yeah, there you go. No good. Justin says yes. 99 out of 100 times it's used as a joke. Yes. Do you imagine hitting up like your guy, you know? Hey, can I get can I announce that devil's lettuce? Oh, that'd be however you order it. I don't know how you. Like I said, I'm not in the game, so. Zero. Imagine being a zombie chilling in a cave and some guy controlling a bunch of animals comes in and just wrecks you. Just imagine being a zombie, right? Tomac, no breaking the rules. not even breaking the rules. It's legal nowadays, but you know, there's a lot of things that are illegal that I don't want to do. Chewing tobacco, not interested. You know, doesn't matter whether it's legal or not. Eating sauerkraut, uninterested. Getting a nose piercing, not interested. I don't know, I'd probably look good with the nose piercing. Or should I get the side or the septum in the middle? What should I get? Maybe I'll ask Galback what I should get. I think that the middle one, I get like the bone. You know, like I'm gonna be a fake bone, but get like the bone like a witch doctor. Be sick. Just sick. Completely not joking either. I'm serious right now. I'm gonna do it. Allegedly. Obligated to do it for the next stream, right? Get a clip on? I'll get a clip on maybe. I ain't getting no piercing. Can I get out of town? Piercings and tattoos are for chumps. Figure that one to go over well. Let the angry comments begin. Oh, someone said, what's your beef with sauerkraut? It's just disgusting. Just gross. Yeah, it's gonna go over just about as well as well done steaks. Yeah, people love their tattoos. How about, you know?
So it begins.
I'm not much of a tattoo person, you know. It's kind of like tattoos. I kind of have the same opinion as like Diablo 2, Resurrected. Tattoos and D2R. Like, it's already great. Why would you change it? Like, it's already great. You know what I mean? Why would I change it? Why mess with perfection? Yeah, I got you, Casey. You get tribute tattoo. I'm picking up Chilean down. I get you. Nothing wrong with other people getting it. I just don't have any real much interest in tattoo getting. Not much. You go get some scrolls of identify. Tattoo a Shaco on your head. That might be a good idea. Maybe I'll do that. Think of a tattoo like a loot filter. Oh, I see what you're saying. Just a quality of life thing. Oh, tattoos are addicting, says DMC. Boy, tattoos are expensive is what it is. See, to be honest, my like full opinion on it is just me. Have your own opinion if you want one. I think just having like a tattoo or 2 or 3 or 4, I don't really think that looks very cool in my opinion. Just my opinion. Don't get mad at me. But if someone has like full tattoos and then like half tattoo over here and like the full back and stuff, I think that looks badass. But just having like a tattoo here and like a tattoo here and then like one on your back that's like this big and then like one on your thigh that's like this big, I don't really like that look. Like a patch, like a couple patches of tattoo, you know? But also I don't like where every single centimeter's covered either. I have a very specific tattoo look preference, I guess you could say. But if you have like one full sleeve, it looks kind of cool with like, you know, very specific tattoo preference. But yeah, I can only imagine how much would it cost to get a full sleeve. This sounds like another question for Google. How much would getting a full sleeve tattoo cost? Approximately. Well, that doesn't sound like as much money as I expected. Somewhere between 1,500 and 6K or more. 1,000 to 6,000, according to another source there. I thought it'd been more than that, actually. Yeah, definitely. It's a wide range because, yeah, it depends where you go. You probably don't want to be paying the lower end because then you'll end up with, you know, me tattooing you. But, unless you know a guy who knows a guy, but... I just know some of the people that I know that have gotten tattoos, you know, it's like, oh yeah, this tattoo was 600, this one was 800. You know, this one over here was 400. I'm like, Jesus, like, when you got those tattoos, if you would have bought VOO, like, that'd be like 20 grand right now. Because you got those tattoos like 15 years ago. You'd literally have like $20,000 now. Like, how could you do that? Right, Justin? Get what you pay for, exactly. DMC says, how can I unsubscribe from this channel twice for this terrible tattoo takes from Phil? Hey. What do they say? Never meet your heroes? Then you learn about them and you don't like them as much as you thought you did. Hey, everyone's got opinions, right? Come on. Everyone's got some opinions people don't like. Huggy Wucky says, sweet Phil, why'd you post that necro build video? Now I want to start a necro. Hey. Wuggy, fire it up on offline single player. My man. Fire it up on single player. DMC. Phil has fallen. Marty saying sleeves usually contain less meaning. Yeah, I guess if you're going in like, hey, fill up this whole sleeve, and you kind of come up with things that you want it to be, like you said, a theme for the whole sleeve. There's either that, or sometimes I've seen people that, you know, they start off with one here, and then they get one here, and then they get one here, and then they kind of get some stuff filled in to kind of make it a whole sleeve. But yeah, generally, if you're going and getting a whole sleeve, you kind of just gotta pick a whole theme for it. KC said I posted the necro build for you. Just for you. Yeah, it was more like I had made one in the past, and I talk about how the budget necro, how much I like it so much all the time. And I went and looked at it, and it was like 5 years ago when I made that video. I'm like, this is so old, like this stuff doesn't even have all the items in it anymore that you could use because they put new rune words in and stuff. Like, it's not even like up to date, so I went and redid that. At some point, you know, I'm not going to keep putting out once a month the same video again, but sometimes the videos just got to get updated, right? Or some of them, there are some that I was thinking they're videos that I made for old Diablo 2, and I'm like, man, I need I need to get these up to date here for D2R with the rune word changes and skill balancing and stuff. And impressive, Tomac. I'm not gonna read that out, but impressive. KC says he appreciates it, gonna start playing again. There you go. Hopefully you enjoy it. I'm sure you're going to, so. Gargoyle, yeah, don't do that. Don't get a camo like that. But yeah, for tattoos, kind of what you said there. It's other people's things, it's no problem. I just don't have any interest in getting them myself.
It's locked.
Go 16. Fire dice. How many Maras are you gonna find today? I guess you're having some good luck over there. Perfect D-web on the skills and res. So I'm running a necro for the first time, says Degenerate. Nice. Yeah. D-web is one of those items in the game that like changes the build more than, like, you can run poison necro without it, but it's a completely different game with a D-web. You go from like, yeah, maybe players 3 in most areas to like players 7, 8 just like melting. Did I ever think about getting into speedrunning? Kind of, yes, but when I find Tyrell's Might, maybe I'll look into it, maybe do a little bit for fun. I would never anticipate I would ever get as good as they are, even remotely, really, but I could never play this game as much as Kano does, and stuff. Like, man, Kano, like, I see him streaming sometimes, and it's like, he's doing these, you know, Druid 1 to Ubers, and he streams for 12 hours on YouTube, quits the stream, fires the stream back up because you can only stream for 12 straight hours, and have YouTube like keep your VOD 11 hours and 55 minutes actually. It's like, man, I could not. I've streamed for 12 hours like twice ever, and it's miserable. Even the amount that I stream here and edit videos and stuff, like my wrists hurt sometimes and stuff, and I couldn't do it. So like I could never dedicate myself enough to get that good at any game of any kind, to be honest. Also, between taking my daughter to school and picking her up from school and going to the gym, and you know, I just couldn't do it. So maybe actually I changed my mind. I take that back. Kano, I'm coming for you. No. All of his records about to be broken. Beta flex, yeah. D-Web, you don't find it, it finds you. It is a rare one for sure, and awesome, and awesome. Joys of gaming as a parent, yeah. And also with it, I'm like, how do I explain? Yeah, because like I'm primary, like, take my daughter to school, pick her up for school, you know, every day, so. That's why I always like stream and post my videos like at the same times, essentially, kind of, sort of. It's like before, like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, I'll post a video, or it'll be like 7 or 8 o'clock at night because I didn't finish it before I had to pick my kid up from school, and then I had to cook dinner, and then I finally was able to get it uploaded in the thumbnail and stuff, and that's why I always stream up until 3:30 because I got to pick my kid up. 3:50. So, Cody H, yo, Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Yes, a layer. Very kind of you. Very kind. Yeah, Decker saying he had a 3 to Poison Nova white wand before his D-Web. Massive explosions. Maz saying 12-hour streams bad for your health in general. Yeah, kind of that too, sorta. I mean, once in a while it's kind of fine. I feel like some people do them all the time though, and I don't know how. Even if I sit here for like, if I stream for like 4 hours, I'm like, you hear it's been 3 hours, 20 minutes. I'm like, and the thing is I was actually playing Final Fantasy 9 this morning, so I was sitting over there playing that this morning for like 2 hours too. So like, I was just walking though for an hour and a half. So if I did stream again ever for like the 12-hour stream, which I don't plan on doing, but if I ever did, I'd be on the treadmill for an hour. I probably would even incorporate in, I'd try to incorporate in some kind of challenges or something. Push-up, sit-ups type of things to, you know, which I'm not sure exactly how I would do it to be entertaining rather than just like a made-up thing I was doing, but treadmill walking for 12 hours? No. When I first got the treadmill, I streamed for like 3 hours and I walked the whole time, and it makes my it actually makes my hips hurt. I don't know if I had to guess. Walking on the treadmill is while you're like have your arms up on the mouse and keyboard on the desk like this. Not that high, I was exaggerating, but I had them up to show you having your arms up. I feel like it makes you walk funny. Yeah, you don't naturally have your arms like this unless you're a zombie, you know, walking, you know what I mean? So it makes my hips kind of feel funky. Because when I walk on a regular treadmill, well, the thing is when I'm not streaming, I never walk on a treadmill for 3 hours. So, but it could be that too. Like if I ever walk at the gym on a treadmill, usually it's like cool down or warm up, or like I just want to do a little bit more before I go type of situation. Or sometimes I literally just go to the gym just so I can take my daughter to the kid zone so she can play with other kids. So I'm just like, I don't want to leave yet. I want her to play longer, so I'll just go walk on the treadmill for a while and I'll do something. So yeah, I guess I never walked for like 3 hours at the gym. Or go for a walk outside for 3 hours. I should do that sometime this summer though. Just to see what's up. Gargoyle off to dinner. All right, peace out. Peace out. Where are you in Final Fantasy 9? I literally just put in the 3rd disc. Literally just put in the 3rd disc. And I should have probably known this. For the old Final Fantasy games, I've never like looked things up for them. I always just played through them on my own, kind of, sort of. So I knew that on undead things like skeletons, if you cast Cure, it actually damages them. I didn't realize that if you cast Life, it just instantly kills them. It makes sense because if you think of if you're not alive or dead, you're 0. So being alive, you're up here, you need to take damage down to 0 to end them. But if you're dead like a skeleton, you need to bring them up to 0 to kill them. So casting Life on something that's dead is the equivalent of casting death, like automatic death on something that's alive. But I just never thought about it, I guess. Never thought about it. Because there was actually the one monster. It was like a boss monster that I fought for like 15 minutes and eventually it killed me some. I don't remember exactly what happened. And that one thing though, and that was just this morning, I looked it up. I was like, what the heck? How come I couldn't kill him? What's going on here? And I looked it up and it's like, you just cast Life on it and it instantly dies. And I'm like, oh, that's too easy for this super hard boss. That was too easy. Matt says, switching your build, that looks fun. Talking about this right here. The Wind Druid it's one of those ones that it's kind of a lot different. Getting Enigma makes it so much more efficient, FYI, so. And this is just players 1 difficulty. If you have this exact build pretty much maxed out and you're in full games, you're going to be killing pretty slow. Just an FYI. Yeah, Wind Druid is one that I prefer no higher than players 3. It can do higher, like in the pits and stuff, it definitely can, but I usually don't want to go over players 3 with it. Just for funsies' sake. You're rocking the fire version, Armageddon and whatnot. Armageddon, Fissure, Molten Boulder. I'm assuming. All them other skills along with it. Yeah, I getcha. Yeah, the Fire Druid I do like less than the Wind Druid, personally. My opinion, my take is that I think the Wind Druid's better. Unethically lucky streak in D2R. So like, what's the luckiest I've ever gotten? It was either like I got Mang Song's lessons on back-to-back runs before, and then I think I actually found 3 of them in like, I think like an hour later or something. I found another one, and then there was one time I found 3 Tel's armors in 4 runs. That was before D2R though. That was actually back in D2. In the ancient tunnels, in fact. Mang Songs back to back. Yeah, that. Yep, back to back Mang Songs. Yeah. Yeah, some people said, and I think it might actually be true, that you know how like the map seeding works for drops at LK? I think there might have been something about that, like with the Mang Songs, to be honest, because I should go back and look at the clips. I think they were off of almost the exact same monster. And I've also had times too, I made a little clip about it in the video, and it's not like god tier or anything, but I found 3 pull runes I did like 15 hours of pit runs. They were all off of the exact same monster in the exact same spot, which could happen like incidentally, but good old Sazabi's Cobalt Redeemer, right? I was kind of fun. It's kind of a funny edit, to be honest, because like I found the first one, and then I had the second one, and then when the third one popped up, I was like, hey, wait a minute, and then I had the X-Files music, you know, and it was like do 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 do, like a conspiracy, you know. D-Web and then 10 seconds later a burr, huh? Yeah, that's pretty nasty, for sure. For sure there, Dragon Senpai. Crazy. The Degenerate said, was TZ Andy on back-to-back runs of Mang Songs. Oh, I don't know if I had said it or not, but no, that was actually in the pits. That was in the pits, and I think it was before Terra Zones existed even. I'm pretty sure Terra Zones didn't exist yet when that happened. Oh, Sullen, I was attempting to do the X-Files music, but yeah. 3 Foul runes on the same Trav run? Kind of funny. Congrats on that stuff, Dragon. Congrats. Got a job rune too. It's always nice. Siri, welcome in. Maz says, back when people had the giant monitors you're talking about. Yeah, it wasn't actually that long ago when I did get the 3 Tal's armors in 4 runs. I mean, I actually had just this monitor right here. It's just a flat screen 1080p. But I think it was, I don't remember if I was streaming yet or not. I might have just been only making videos at the time. You know what I actually think too is that the on my offline single player for regular Diablo 2, I think that was my first Tal's armor I had ever found too. And then I found 3 of them in 4 runs. Hits terrorize incoming. Oh man, I was honestly about to get off. Guess I've been on for a while, for me anyways. 3 o'clock. Boy, that's unfortunate, because yeah, I'm gonna get off here in a second. To be honest, this is gonna be my my final run here, so dang, yo, that's unfortunate. But yeah, it's gonna be the final run, fellas. Unfortunately, with a good terror zone coming up. Devastating, but appreciate y'all joining me. Thank you for the generosity today from some absolute legends. Probably the hugest one there, Wicked Plumber, with the 20 gifted memberships like a boss. Thank you so much for the generosity once again. But we did also more generosity from Cody H with 5 gifted memberships. 5 also from Fired Eye, appreciate you. Pathless super chat. DP re-upping his membership. D2 Degenerate gifting a membership. Fire Die becoming a channel member today. Thank you so much for that. And Balthasar with 3 different super chats right at the beginning of the stream. Thank you so much for the generosity, everybody. No joke. Without y'all, it's not possible for me to keep streaming on here. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate the support. We do have a Twitch Prime sub over on Twitch as well, and a bunch of followers today. Thank you all for following there over on Twitch. Appreciate you. So yeah, with all that stuff being said, peace out, fellas. I don't want you to forget, though. Keep slaying. Oh.